So, hi, my name is Tshenelle and I have PCOS. It's funny how everything just seems to be normal and good one day, and then poof, you're being wheeled in for surgery the next day, and then poof, after that, things just aren't really the same. Yeah. Hey guys, it's your girl Tshenelle, aka Nelly B, and I was really moved by a video I saw by a fellow local creator by the name of Sherry Approved. She was speaking to a gynecologist about a lot of different things, but one of the main things was they talked about was polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS. And I realized that I've never really shared that side of my life with you guys here. It's just mainly been here and other random vlogs. But me knowing that I'm not the only person who deals with this on a regular basis, I felt the need to share. It was November of 2003. It was 2 weeks after my 18th birthday. I was home a Saturday morning in a lot of pain in my lower right side of my stomach. Didn't know what it was. Thought it was a gas pain. We don't know. I was just in a lot of pain. Took a painkiller. The painkiller helped, but by the time it was time for us to get ready to go to church Saturday evening, the pain had come back. So my older sister and brother took me to the nearest health facility. A quick examination, they said that I had mild appendicitis and that they were going to transfer me to San Fernando General Hospital for further observation. I'm not sure where in the middle of that my dad intervened and was like, no, you're going private. So I ended up at GovU Medical. I ended up staying the night there for observation, and the next day the doctor came, and long story short, within a matter of a half an hour to an hour, I was being wheeled in to get my appendix taken out. The next day, a doctor came in and spoke with me and explained to me that when they went in to take out my appendix, they found this large mass on my right ovary, and that they were pretty much going to take my right ovary out with it. But then the OBGYN on call said, no, she's only 18. That's a no-go. So they just took out as much of the mass that they could have taken out. So essentially, I had a huge cyst that was practically covering my right ovary. Ever since I had that surgery, my period had started getting really out of sync, out of whack, was coming, was not coming, all sorts of things. And then at a point in time, this was probably 2 years later, when my period had not come for months, for a really long time, I decided to go back to the doctor to get checked out. They did an ultrasound, they did can't remember, some sort of scan that I just remember being real uncomfortable, and lo and behold, poof, I get diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. PCOS in layman's terms is a disorder where all of your woman hormones are jacked up. So the hormones that control your ovulation, your period, and all that jazz, yeah, they are all over the place. It also often means that you have a lot more male testosterone, which is why a lot of us who have PCOS have beard, we have facial hair, we have thinning hair on our head. I have thinning hair. Kind of sucks, but I do. My strands are a lot thinner, a lot finer than the average person's hair. I suffer with a couple of strands, sideburns and beard. It doesn't bother me too much, but I do. And I still don't have the hair as bad, but I do have the period issue horribly. I may not necessarily see a period for, it could be anywhere between 3 to 6 months, and then when it comes, I will have bled for a month and a half properly until it finally stopped. So it is a very interesting condition to have. Most of us who have PCOS, the full syndrome, that is, a lot of us suffer from ridiculous weight gain. Since that surgery in 2003, I probably put on anywhere between 10 to 15 pounds every year. I'm actually not at my heaviest. I have lost some weight, but it is a lot harder to lose weight after you put it on. We're also pre-diabetic, which means we have a very higher chance of developing diabetes because we're insulin resistant, and we're also at a higher risk for heart disease. So what does that mean for me on an everyday basis? It just means that I have to be a lot more active. It means that I have to work 10 times harder than the average person if I want to lose weight. And even if I lose weight, I may not necessarily lose the weight where I want it. A lot of us who have PCOS have this, we have a gut, a high stomach that makes for fitting clothing kind of hard. I've learned to mask mine well because I've learned what shapes and size work for my stomach to help mask it. I don't want to say hide it, but to look mask it so I don't look belly heavy. But on a whole, clothes can sometimes be a pain, being plus size and having PCOS, and like I said, periods, a pain. Also, we often suffer with insomnia, which I do have a lot of, horribly, and anxiety. I have general anxiety disorder. A lot of people don't know this, but if you've been following my Facebook posts within the last week or so, you saw where I was explaining what was going on, and I was just going through a period of time where I was having a lot of body issues, and you know, every day is a struggle in trying to work with that. But my whole point of this video is to share, because I know I'm not alone, and I want other sisters, as we call each other, to know that you're not alone. And I think for a lot of people, the hardest part about it is because your hormones are all crazy and all over the place, you have a lower chance of getting pregnant, or, you know, going full term with your pregnancy. As much as I tell people that I am, you know, I'm the mean aunt, I'm the one who has a horrible temperament for kids, that one, when I found out, kind of hit me hard, but it's something I've come to accept. It is up to God. If I have kids, I do. If I don't, I don't. But at the end of the day, this is something that I have to live with every day. I choose not to be on medication, because the medication, the first thing they tell you, they put you on either medication for diabetics or medication like birth control, both of which had me extremely sick. 90% of the time I could not function. So right now I'm not treated for it. I'm actually looking more into homeopathic or more natural remedies. So if you all know any, let me know. It'd be very interesting to see if any of these things are effective. And I just want those of you who deal with what I deal with on a regular to know that you all are not alone. And you know, there's no cure for it. You can treat it, you can make it easier, but there's no cure. And yeah, you're not alone. You have other persons here who share the same, if not similar, experiences. And we're here, I'm here. If you ever have a problem, you want to talk about it, you can reach out to me via my Instagram, my Facebook, email. Everything is in the description box below. Y'all can reach out to me, share your stories, because I think it helps when you have a community around each other. So hi, my name is Tshenelle, and I have PCOS, and I'm not alone, and I want you to know that you're not alone. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, take care and God bless. Bye.